It seemed like it's sort of sporadic, I guess.
That's a good word. It is kind of sporadic. No, and I think part of it is we're not posting well enough. The other part is all of a sudden I got, BJ doesn't get to work much because as soon as we started working him at the 4, and then I started him at the 4, and he played there 10 seconds, and Gary went down. So now I'm so thin on the perimeter that I haven't been able to practice him there at all. And so it looks so frustrating to you and me. Fairness to him, he had no time in there. None. And against a zone, 0. So it's harder to get post touches when you don't have two posts working together. I thought we did a little better job when Nix and Payne were in there together, a little better. I thought Costello gave us a little bit. But we just have to get Dawson more time in there. And I really thought, going into that Boise game, this might be our lineup for a while. And Gary goes down and it just changed everything. So that part's frustrating, yeah.
Hey, Tom, with Valentine getting 10 rebounds, how impressed were you with that?
I was really impressed, especially with 3 big offensive ones, all late. But him and Payne was just cleaning up. I think, like you said, we had segments of guys, Payne had a stretch and we were dying that he was phenomenal. And then Nix had a stretch at the end when he was very good. And Denzel had some stretches where he was, and Keith had a whole game where he was. It's just a matter of getting Keith more involved. And that's why I said, when Denzel's not turning the ball over, then I can put him at the point a little bit and move Keith around. It gives us a little bit of help right now until we get everybody back.
What happened when Oakland pulled it within 4? What was going on then?
Well, when Oakland pulled within 4, we had just turned it over a couple times, and for the first time, I think a couple guys in our huddle spoke up, Nix and Keith, and that's good right now. I mean, we got to start mixing it up a little bit. It's been too calm, I like when it's a little more intense and guys, player-coach teams, like I always say. And I thought we said we were going inside more, and that's when Nix made a couple of big plays. We put Denzel in the middle of that high post for a little bit. That helped. You got to give Oakland some credit there too, though. They played that zone pretty good for a while, and then we started finding some openings. But they did a good job, and yet they didn't play their best game either. I've seen them play a lot better, and I think Camp and I both agree. It wasn't fair for a packed house and a great crowd to not give them a normal. Oakland and Michigan State have played some pretty good games in the last 6-7 years, and 18-point win. It was not an 18-point win. Yes?
Tom, it seemed like after Gary went down, you're expecting the worst. How much of a relief was it to get the prognosis that you did?
Well, it's a relief. I just don't know what it's at yet, because he, he's got an issue, and with those kind of things that they come back, you got some worries there yet. But it was a big relief that he didn't need surgery, and he is a tough kid. He wants to be out shooting already, and at least there was a glimmer of good things today. It was he and especially Travis, is at least turning a corner. He's not anywhere near where he'll need to be, but he was actually able to ride a bike and get up a few shots. And it sounds crazy, but that was a big move in the right direction. But we're going to be. We got to get through Sunday somehow, and then see where we go for the rest of the time. But I told you it was going to be a grind. We got to grind it out. We got to win it ugly. We got to win it somehow, and we got to do a better job scheduling. I'll be very honest with you. Not who we play, but when we play them and how we play them. This has been tougher than anybody in this room would know, and nobody's said anything bad either. I blame. There's only one guy to blame on that, fellas. It's me. And I don't want you to think I'm going to downgrade my schedule. We got it. The Big Ten all of a sudden took away those 2 days and 2 game days in the end of December a year ago, and we have not adjusted our schedule accordingly. So now we got everything packed in, and it's, I tell you, for a team that came off 10,000 miles, I'm frustrated with some things, but I'm also learning that this team does have some guts, because in Appling, he's got a whole team full of guts, because he's really sucked it up and put everybody on his back.